Today is still my day, bro. Hey, Pinky. Today is my day, bro. It's still my day, bro. Today was my day, bro. I can't sing for my life. Well, I cannot sing for my life, but oh well. Let me see. I don't know what's going on here today. Who cares? I'm not taking this live stream. I don't take my live stream seriously anyway. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope you're all having a fantastic Monday. I know my Monday was a slam dunk, a home run right out of the park. Grand slam, man. I've been walking on water for the past week or so, man. Let me tell you. And I just wanted to pass on that good energy to everybody. You don't need fascist dictators to dictate the course of your life. Life's for my own, to live my own way. That's a Metallica song. Life's for my own, to live my own way. Yeah, I know I can't sing. I know how it is. I can't sing. Still walking on cloud nine, my good friend. I know who you are, and I'm still going. Would you believe I fell asleep when I got home? I literally fell asleep when I got home, and I've been up for maybe like the past half hour or so. But I'm still walking on water, still having a good time, all that kind of thing. So I hope you all having a wonderful night out there. Oh, my goodness. These past couple days have just been outright amazing. So I thought I'd share a little bit of that positive energy. Usually I'm a little bit of an Eeyore. Oh my goodness. So otherwise, I hope everybody was having a fantastic Monday. I hope you're all doing well. I know I am. Today was a home run, another home run, folks. Oh my goodness, what a day. What a day. What a week. Actually, since just a little bit after Christmas, man, now I finally come out of my shell. I'm telling you, I feel like I'm walking on water, flying through the sky. I feel unstoppable. I feel incredible. If you're new to the channel here, folks, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my eBay store. The link is in the description box of this live stream below. It'll take you right over to my eBay store, the Carolina Collector 001. I did list some more sports cards today. What do we got here? We got we have a Valerie Vivar Patria. We have Boy G something. We have Susan Quinn, Amazing Monday. Yes, it is. Today has been fantastic. Usually I have a dark cloud hanging over my head, but recently, let me tell you, I feel great. Today the weather was amazing. I was hanging out with one of my good friends today, having a good time, hamming it up, talking about a whole bunch of stuff. The kids are outside playing, running around. You know, good times, man, good times. Don't let anybody bust your bubble. Don't let anybody try to control you. Don't let anybody try to bust your bubble. Have a good time, man. But for me, right out of the gate since early this morning, it's been So I hope all you folks are doing good. I hope you all had a fantastic Monday. Again, if you're new to the channel, I am the Carolina Collector. I talk about various hobbies and things like that, hats, jersey collecting, sneaker collecting, baseball cards, Transformers, toys, all that good stuff. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Again, check out my eBay store. The link is in the description box below. The Carolina Collector 001. It helps to go to support the channel. With all that being said, thank you to everybody that has done so already. Whatever orders I had, I got out the door earlier today, but I do have 2 orders on standby I have to fulfill. Thank you, everybody. So to my sports card people out there, I listed some more sports cards over at the eBay store, so there's more variety up there. I'm almost at 600 items. that you can choose from. Thank you, everybody, for doing that. You know, I never ask people to join Patreon or be a member or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, today was a fantastic, fantastic day. Oh my goodness, was today a fantastic day. I will say that this morning was a very interesting day for yours truly. Normally I have a big dark cloud hanging over my head. But lately, man, things have completely turned around in a 360-degree. Well, actually, technically, it would be making a U-turn. That's 180 degrees, right? Right. So I had some special company over here today, early this morning, as a matter of fact, which is amazing. So what we got here, we got Opry, if I'm saying that correctly. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 1,400 subs, folks. Thank you. That's because of all of you. So I'm having a good time today. If you're new to the channel, just a quick refresh. So, you know, this channel's about sneaker collecting, jersey collecting, hat collecting, toy collecting, baseball cards, all that kind of stuff. You know, basically I'm like a big kid having a little fun, folks. You know, and today, yesterday, a couple days before, let me tell you, not for nothing, man, things have really turned around, and today was no exception. Are you in Yankees? Yeah, this is all New York Yankees gear here. I know the image is reversed on my end, but yeah, this is Aaron Judge, New York Yankees home jersey. Got my got the Yankees hat going. As a matter of fact, I haven't forgot. I actually have a viewer request that I have to do, and it's still here on the sticky pad. I got to review that New York Yankees starter jersey. That will be my next review if I get around to it. When I get around to it, it's just today, man. I've been living it up, folks. And I wanted to share some of that good energy with you. If you folks have been, you know, watching the channel, you know, over so many months or since its inception, you know, 2025 was just, it was really out there, man. It was like a whole other universe. But right out of the gate, this year, 2026, has been proving to be just absolutely outstanding. And this morning, some special magic happened. Not going to get into details. Let's just say I had a special visitor here this morning that I cooked for and made breakfast for, and let's just say that some special sauce has been applied. You know what I mean? I'll leave it at that. What's your favorite person as far as the Yankees are concerned? You're looking at him right there, Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. I actually have his Topps rookie card in the PSA 10. But Donnie Baseball is one of my favorite baseball players of all time. And he's still being snubbed. They still won't let this man into the Hall of Fame. All because he got injured, you know, during his career. And he hasn't got a pennant. And that's the only two reasons why they've been leaving him out. But Donnie Baseball, good old Don Mattingly, he's one of my favorite all-time players, you know, as a Yankees fan. So, I'm also a Mets fan, you know, big Mike Piazza fan, you know, Hall of Famer. Big fan of the Giants, you know, of Phil Simms and Eli Manning, guys like that. So, yeah, Donnie Baseball was the man back in the days. Let me tell you, this man ate, drank. He epitomized baseball, man. You know, he's part of that group of guys, Ozzie Smith, George Brett, you know, Mike Schmidt, Barry Bonds. He's right up there with the rest of them as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, again, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for checking out this live stream. Again, this is more a hobbyist channel than anything else. I love to talk about jerseys and hats and Transformers and, you know, baseball cards, you know, Star Trek stuff, all that good stuff, man. You know, and usually the videos are more dedicated to the hobby, whereas the live streams, I'm a little bit more, you know, a little bit more loose. Did I just start? Yeah, I'm only in this. It's only been going for the past 10 minutes so far, so you haven't really missed anything if I'm reading that correctly. So, because it's night for me, yeah, it's night here too. Actually, it's 9:30 p.m. my time. So, that would be what, 22-30 hours if you're across the pond. in Europe. So, but here it's 9:30 my time on the East Coast time. So, but yeah, today was just an amazing day, and it's been quite a few days in a row. Like I can't explain it, man. How things have completely turned around. You know what I mean? And I'm having fun and I'm hamming up. I was outside dancing around, dancing up a storm, having a good time, singing to myself. I feel like I've been walking on water these days, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I hung out with a good friend today. We were watching the kids playing outside. Yesterday, I was helping babysit a whole bunch of young kids. You know, bought them all juice, a big thing of juice like this, and gave it out to the kids, and you know all that good stuff, man. You know, the place is coming to life. Not everything has to be fucking miserable. You know, there are people that have made things miserable by their own accord, and I'm the type of guy that you walk against the wind, you walk into the sunset, you go against the grain. When the rain comes and slaps you down, you keep walking into it, you get your umbrella and you push against the rain. You know, you got to have a little fun. Not everything has to be a fucking stick in the mud. You know what I mean? And I've lost touch with that, and I'm finally starting to get that back again, being my old self, how I should be and how I want to be. I'm beholding to nobody. I only answer to the Lord above, the Almighty above. You know, the Pope, Jesus Christ, the president, politicians, you know, anybody like that. I'm beholding to nobody. I am a man of one. I am my own boss. I do my own thing, and that's just how it is. Certain people don't like that when you're detached from the system. Everybody wants to be a collectivist, and everybody wants to be a boss and tell everybody what to do with their lives and all that kind of stuff. Well, you know, guess what? The more rules you try to impose on people, the more people are going to oppose those rules. I'm not saying to go out there and be an anarchist, but you got to loosen up, man. People need to loosen up. Things are way too serious out there these days, man, and it's only getting worse. You know, and if you come from the old school like I do, you know, and I've allowed certain things to affect me, unfortunately, never again. That's not going to happen. So when I'm dancing around unapologetically, even though I can't dance for my life, I am definitely no Michael Jackson or anything like that. And when I'm singing and I'm having a good time outside, I'm not thinking about anything or anybody's bullshit. You got to have a little fun, folks. You got to have some fun. Have fun with your neighbors. Fuck the community. Community implies collectivism and communism. Get to know your neighbors and be a part of the neighborhood. Start calling it a neighborhood, guys. Today was amazing for me. I got some stuff. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad everybody was having a great day. The weather has been outstanding. It's supposed to be pushing 70 degrees this week. And of course, yours truly is probably going to be out there hamming it up like always. Boom, 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 boom. So, yeah, it's been fantastic, folks. I'm having the time of my life. I feel so reinvigorated. I feel like my old self. I feel so loose and so relaxed and just chill, man. Like I feel amazing. Like I hung out today, came home, took a little bit of a nap after I had something to eat. I woke up, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I don't want to lose the rest of the night because it's gorgeous outside. Alexa, what's the current temperature? Alexa, what's the current temperature?
Right now, it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit.
Now that's North Carolina, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. It's actually quite nice outside. The weather has been just amazing, man. It's nice to see people outside, having a good time, all that kind of stuff. Um, how many games of the New York Yankees have I been in? I've never played for the Yankees. This is just a fan jersey. I never played professional baseball. I played Little League. I tried to get into my varsity and junior varsity team back in high school, but that fell off the wayside. So, yeah, I never played professional ball. My dad tried to get me to, or tried to groom me to become a baseball player, but that was my first epic fail. You know, after all them years, he tried to get me to be a police officer, even though I passed with like 102 or 103 in New York City. That's when Mayor Giuliani took over as mayor. He was voted in. That's when New York City used to be patriotic and American, you know, not a anti-Semitic communist regime, you know, what they're trying to push here in North Carolina as well, in Charlotte and other places with Marxism and communism and all that bullshit. You know, it used to be free, I actually was this close to becoming a police officer, but that fell on the wayside. So I ended up getting into union construction, back in New York. But because of that wonderful event that took place in 2001 in Manhattan, where people in my former home should be ashamed that they would actually encourage communism and socialism, and a collectivist and a Marxist like, Zoran Mamdani, whatever the fuck his name is, they should really be ashamed of themselves. Wait until it turns into Venezuela up there, because any people that have fucking power, oh, we'll give you this, we'll give you that, we'll do this for you, we'll give you free this, free that, free this, free that. And then you know what's going to end up happening when people get comfortable? The people that gave you all those free things, you know what they want? Unadulterated, unimpeded obedience. And when they call in their favors, man, that's where you see the problem with collectivism. Let me tell you, collectivism in this world only works when there's fucking natural disaster or terror attacks, like in my former home. Remember 9/11? We were all American. That's when collectivism works, unfortunately, when tragedy strikes. But these, I got to watch what I say because this is YouTube. Certain words I'm not allowed to say here. But there's always a heavy-duty price to pay, and that price is in your freedom. So you have to stop people who are trying to put a grasp on you and trying to hold you around your neck and trying to control you. Go against the grain, be a disruptor. And I have been feeling more and more happy by the day. You know what I mean? Deplorable Spartan, what's going on? How you doing? Nothing is free. Somebody pays for it. That is a fact. Amen. That's how it is. Somebody always pays a price for it. When it comes to collectivism, communism, and socialism, and radical leftist Marxism, you see what happens in places like my former home in New York. Look what happened with J.D. Vance, our vice president. Another it, what, who rainbow pronoun freak. All right. Attacked J.D. Vance's home. Another it, what, who cross-dressing genetic freak show that has a mental disorder went after J.D. Vance's home. Isn't that lovely? Be a disruptor. That's what happens when you promise people things. Oh, you have a pronoun and you identify as an it, what, who, zip, zilt, zowie. I identify as a bell. So we're going to give you special privileges. We'll give you free health care. And then what does the system demand out of that person? Well, look what happens. Look what happens. Fuck these people. Fuck these people. Everybody has a right to live their lives, but they have no right to infringe themselves upon you. Be an individual. Be detached. That's why I started my eBay business in the first place. I like being in charge of myself. I never appreciated what it was like to be in charge of myself, to make my own rules, to work anytime I want from the comfort of my home. You know what I mean? I'm not making $1 million. I'm what I call a 100 heir. I make a 100 heir. I'm a 100 heir. I only make so many dollars at my eBay store. Shameless plug. Don't forget to click on the link in the description box below of this live stream. If you want to help to support my eBay store, I did list some more sports cards again today. But that's the beauty of it, man. I can come and go as I please. I earned it. I worked for it. I sacrificed for it. This is why I believe in Norse mythology. Normally, I wear my Mjolnir around my neck, which is Thor's hammer, right? If you know the story of Odin, how he removed his eye, not because he was seeking power, but because he wanted knowledge of the past, present, and future. He wanted the knowledge of the universe. He wanted the knowledge of the 9 realms and all that kind of stuff. So he removed his eye and threw it down into the well so that this way he can gain knowledge, not power. In Norse mythology, nothing is free. Everything is earned. You have to suffer. And I have to believe sincerely with my heart that everything that I personally experienced in 2025 happened for a reason. I have to, with the loss of my father, what happened with other things I'm not going to get into, but you have to suffer to appreciate life sometimes. And I think I'm in that phase now where the God or gods, whatever God you choose to believe in, has said, all right, it's like our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He was beaten, bludgeoned, slandered, libeled, spit on, kicked, whipped, made to carry his crucifix to his crucifixion site, nailed to the cross, put up there on the cross, died on the cross, was laid to rest for 3 days and rose up from the grave. Try going through all that kind of suffering and see how you survive, you know what I mean? But those stories are metaphors for us that when you're on the ground, pick yourself back up, man. Not everything is free. I agree 100% with Deplorable Spartan's comment right there. So for me, was it God's plan? The things that happened to me, as much as I don't want to admit it, I have to believe that certain people are dealt a certain hand, are dealt a certain fate, and you're meant to walk down a certain path, no matter how much, excuse me, no matter how much you try to resist it. It's meant for you. For some people, it's meant for you to suffer. If people can't gain strength out of suffering, you've done it to yourself. You know, some people cause their own mayhem. Some people cause their own bullshit. Some people take their power and abuse it, and then they do certain things. And when things start falling apart, they want to blame everybody else. That's what you call, by definition, narcissism. In my case, I have to believe, with God taking away my father, you know, my buddy Wolf, who was an American Indian, who was severely misunderstood by certain people. I'm not even going to get into that. Whose life I saved twice when he was here in my home. And he knows it. I know his spirit is here, and his photo's right there underneath my dad's. I stopped him from doing something very foolish to himself because of somebody else's bullshit. And I'm not going to let anybody fucking drag me down ever again. I learned I should have learned this lesson a long time ago, but I think with age comes experience, and you start to detect things, and you start to hear certain things and listen to certain things, and you see certain patterns going on. And then you have people with the big bullshit smile. I'm your brother. I'm your friend. And meanwhile, they're not. And they got a big ass freaking steak knife that they're ready to stick you in your back or right directly in your heart. You know, as long as they get what they want, who gives a shit about you? You're nothing but a tool to them. Me, I'm not lifting a fucking finger for anybody anymore, man, unless I want to. Or unless I see that my life is in danger or somebody else that I care about is in danger. And that's according to North Carolina law, by the way, 14.52.3, I think it is. I forget what the North Carolina self-defense statute is. You know, we are a self-defense state. So if I feel like my life is in danger and somebody else's life is in danger, or my things are in danger, you best believe I'm going to live by the Constitution as written, period. But, you know, you don't have to live under a fucking fascist dictatorship. You know, you don't have to let people drag you down. You don't have to let people pull you under the water with them. Some people simply are not going anywhere. I'm going to Kentucky soon, so I'll see the Yankees more. Okay. But yeah, I'm actually a former New Yorker. Yes, I escaped New York, thank God, from the clutches of the crypt keeper hand of communism and socialism and who pronoun politics. Again, I'm very libertarian with my beliefs. Daniel Suarez, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? So, you know, I escaped the tyranny that was my former home of New York about 10 years ago. Is Friday pasta? Maybe. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. I could do anything I want, my friend. I can cook anything. I can eat anything I want. As a matter of fact, my new friend of the female species, as a matter of fact, paid me a visit today. I mean, what would not make a man happier than having a woman by his side? You know what I mean? So, viva la Mexico, my friend. Soy alemán. Well, soy americano, pero mi familia fue Alemania. So, I don't know much Spanish. I try. So, but anyway, like I said, man, you know, I had the company of a beautiful, attractive woman here today. And I think for any self-respecting man, nothing makes the world a lot better and a lot nicer than having a beautiful woman by his side, man. It was completely unplanned and unexpected, and things just happened. And yeah, all these great things all of a sudden right out of the gate starting with 2026 was just like, oh my goodness. Where did I pass New Year? Right here, right in my home. I didn't do anything. I didn't go out or anything. I'm done. I went out to the bar for the last time. I'm Hispanic, but don't speak Spanish. Well, I mean, listen, man. Hey, I'll be honest with you. I don't mind if people speak another language. You know, I know a few words here and there in Spanish growing up in New York. A lot of my friends are Latinos. You know what I mean? So, you know, no sé hablar mucho español. I try. I always try. Entiendo más, pero no se habla mucho. Bet you I surprise all my Latinos out there that this honky white boy actually knows a little bit of Spanish. I surprise people with that sometimes, that they'll be talking in Spanish. I say, cuidado, hermano, cuidado, entiendo. You know what I mean? So let's see. Oh, we got all these new people coming in here tonight. What's going on, Samuel? How you doing, my friend? What's going on? Welcome, 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 everybody. Everybody here is welcome to have a good time. But anyway, again, shameless plug. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Every single thumbs up helps. There's 5 of them already so far. Thank you so much, everybody. You want to help to support the channel financially? Click the link in the description box below. That's my eBay stores link, the Carolina Collector 001. I actually still have a ton of cards to list. I listed a whole bunch of cards again today. I still have this stack to go through yet. So go check it out. I actually have 2 orders I have to fulfill most likely tomorrow. So thank you, everybody, folks. Much, much appreciated to everybody across the board. We're almost at 1,400 subscribers, and that's because of all of you, folks. Thank you, everybody. Much, much appreciated. So, but yeah, man, I really don't know how I got the #1 crown. Magic. You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what that is, to tell you the truth. The #1 crown. I think it has to do with the amount of comments that you leave in the chat, and I think YouTube collects that. Yeah, it's YouTube magic. Let's just call it YouTube magic. I don't know. I'm not like an internet geek in that way. I guess it's because you know. I guess the more people that comment, the more it tallies up. So that means you're like the best commenter. I'll check out your store, but off the top of your head, do you remember if you have any LE cards? I do have. I just sold an LE recently, as a matter of fact. I did sell the SGC 10 9.5 sticker auto finally, but I got burned on that card. As a matter of fact, I do have a little bit of a story about that particular card. It was an SGC 10 9.5. You sports card folks will understand where I'm coming from, okay? So PSA apparently through eBay's authentication process are the ones that verify graded slabs when they're sent off, correct? And this was an SGC 10 9.5. The autograph was a 10. It was a sticker auto, but the card condition was 9.5. So when I actually listed the card, whatever algorithm works, especially now that you can comp cards directly through eBay's app, you know, I used all the information that got automatically plugged into that listing. So I had a customer, sold it to the customer for X amount of dollars, and then shipped it off with the eBay authentication. So it's going to stop off, be looked at by somebody to see that it's not a fake, and then off it goes, which I don't mind that. But I thought PSA was supposed to be the best thing since, you know, fucking running water. You know what I mean? And I got this weird notification that I've never got before through eBay saying that the card was authentic, the grade was authentic, but there was a discrepancy in the listing. You know why? Because upon looking at the listing, and I actually called the number that eBay provided me through the messenger, and I did message the customer that apparently the algorithm listed the card as an SGC 10 when it was actually an SGC 9.5. So they literally stopped the card in the middle of transit when it got to the authenticator. Wouldn't somebody in PSA know that? Hasn't SGC been bought by PSA just like they did with Beckett? It didn't make any sense to me. You know, I messaged the customer, and the customer said, yeah, I still want the card. I don't know what the hell's going on. I said, me neither. This is a first even for me. I've been doing this now almost going on 2 years this year, as a matter of fact. Yay! But I never experienced anything like that before. So I had to verify that the grade for the autograph and the grade for the card were 2 separate things. That the autograph gets graded by itself and that the condition of the card gets graded. So once I said all that, poof, all of a sudden the card started moving again. So I hope it falls into the hands of the buyer. Now, as far as Ellie De La Cruz cards are concerned, I do have one right here in my hand that's currently on sale. I was selling this, I believe, for $175. I've come down quite a bit on my price. This is a Ellie De La Cruz 2024. Is this from Update? No, it's not. So Yeah, this is from Top Series 1 flagship. That's an LA De La Cruz relic out of 50. I think that's a gold, as a matter of fact. I believe they're going for like 175 bucks. I was negotiating a price with a customer. I actually lowered it down to 130 bucks. So if you happen to see this in my listings, take advantage of it while you can, because that's way, way lower than what the card is currently being comped for. As far as other Ellie De La Cruz cards, I think I still have one or two more parallels sitting in my boxes that I'm probably going to part with. I believe one is a green out of 99 from Update, which I haven't listed yet. It's still in my boxes, and I forgot what other Ellie De La Cruz is out there. So, I mean, I can always go out of my way and dig it out of my boxes and put it up for sale, if anything. But just to let you know, there currently is one that's up there right now. It should be, this one right here should be for sale. I believe I comped it for $130, which is about 35, almost 35 to 40, $40 less than what it's currently going for. So at least that's what I comped it for, because it should be comped for like 175 bucks or something like that. But I don't know what happened to the customer that asked me to change the price on the thing, that they were going to get it. They never did. So it's at $130 now. You know, take advantage of it while it's there. And if I do find that green out of 99, I think it's a Tops. I don't know if is it flagship or is it Update, or Chrome, I should say. I think it's Chrome. I think it's a green out of 99 Chrome from Update. Ellie is still very, very young. I'm hoping he works out his fielding problem and turns out to be a superstar. That's why I started selling off a lot of my cards. You know, I actually got questioned about that in several of my videos and several chats. Why did I sell off the Gunnar Henderson red out of 5? Why did I sell off the Adley Rutschman? And I just posted a video over at my community page talking about Adley Rutschman. He completely fell apart. The Orioles have gone nowhere. You know, the only big parallel that I have from that Topps Chrome Lids Mitchell and Ness set is this guy right here. It's a Corbin Carroll red out of 10. This is a 2 out of 5, I believe. And it's the last of the refractors and parallels that I had from that Mitchell and Ness set, because he's got a lot of potential. I love this guy. I am still tempted to sell him, though. That's why it's out here on my desk. I've been debating for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to see if I could sell this. So I can answer that in 2 different ways. The most expensive card I currently have in my possession is the Ken Griffey Jr. 1989 Upper Deck Star Rookie. The price of that has been sitting anywhere between $4,300 to approximately, I think the latest sale was like, or most recent sale was like $5,800 for that card. So it's got a really, really hardy fan base. It's like the card to have. But the most expensive card that I've ever sold on eBay, it might have been that red out of 5 Shohei Ohtani from that particular set. I think I sold it for like, well, it was an SGC 9.5, if I remember correctly. I can't really remember. I want to say like $600, $500, $600, something like that I sold it for. I can't remember. But yeah, the most expensive card I have is the Ken Griffey Jr. Star Rookie. As a matter of fact, if you folks can be a little patient, you give me about a minute or 2, I'll be right back. It won't even take me that long. All right, almost there. Almost there. So I don't have many graded slabs left. I've sold off quite a bit. I actually was trying to sell one of these, but I took it down because it's just, I got a good feeling about this guy, and that would be the Paul Skeens yellow foil. Man, I pulled a whole bunch of these on my own in 2024 and 2025. And this one is currently going, I think if I were to comp this thing, would be like $280 to almost $300. I think PSA on eBay is selling one of these for like $350 or something like that. I don't remember. But I didn't have the heart to sell it, so I took it down. It's just Paul Skeens. I got a good feeling about him, man. Cy Young Award winner already. Excuse me. Then we have the Jackson Merrill Mini Diamond right there. That's going for about anywhere between $1,200 to $1,600, depending on who's selling it. That's a gold mini diamond color match out of 50 from Bowman, and that's an on-card auto. So, and in speaking of Skeens, I've showed this a couple times on the channel. That's his red Mojo refractor out of 5 from Bowman Chrome Prospects. And I still have not seen another one of these listed. As far as I'm aware, only 2 of them got graded. I happen to have one of them. And the sale price on this could be anything. I mean, I paid $1,100 for mine. I think the second one got comped for, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, if any of you go and want to comp this thing. But I got to go. I hope you, thank you very much, Crazy for Diamonds. Much appreciated. God bless you. Thank you for showing up. Really appreciate it. Have a good night. But I've only seen, I mean, I know that there's another one, I think PSA graded. I think that one comped for like $1,500 or something like that. So, but that's the Mojo Fractor, red out of 5. That's not a bookend, right? I forget. No, it's a 2 out of 5. So I got very lucky getting my hands on this guy because the bids were going insane for this card. Then, of course, we all know this. I've talked about this card multiple times here on the channel. That's the Shohei Ohtani Bowman Chrome batting rookie, which the price on this thing has been constantly fluctuating anywhere between, I'm going to say, $2,300 to almost $3,000 in some cases. So very happy to have that in my collection. And there he is. That's the big boy in my collection, the Ken Griffey Jr. Star Rookie. Then we got the Don Mattingly rookie. You know, I forgot who it was that asked me, you know, who's my favorite ball player. It's definitely Donnie Baseball right there. And it's very difficult to find a PSA 10 of this rookie card because most of them have been authenticated or graded authentic, or Donnie Baseball autographed them himself, but the card condition is awful. So to find a base rookie like this with no autographs and no anything, it's pretty difficult. I think one of these got sold recently, as a matter of fact, for almost $2,000. So I think that's what that's according to PSA's website. Of course, my infamous Aaron Judge SGC Bowman Chrome 10 that I paid $300 for because the holder was cracked. And then, of course, I resubmitted it to SGC to have it reholdered. Now the SGC Bowman Chrome Aaron Judge is going for $1,500. And I think PSA versions of this guy are going for $2,000. It's only because of the holder. It's fucking stupid. A holder's a holder. Stop being picky, baseball card people. A holder's a holder. Especially, you know, I mean, come on. You cannot tell me that doesn't look nice in this holder. Come on now. Give me a break. It's the Yankees, for God's sakes. And then, of course, the infamous Barry Bonds auto that I pulled on camera, the 10 8.5. I might have this resubmitted, though I'm probably wasting my time because even when I pulled this card in that video, you clearly hear me saying that the card's off-centered back and front. You know, the back is probably a little bit more off-centered than the front, so the grade fits. But what matters is the autograph. I think I comped this guy at $1,000, as is in this particular grade. So those are the only slabs I really have. And, of course, the Corbin Carroll I mentioned, which I'm still debating whether or not I want to sell it. But, yeah, it's just with certain players, I've been watching and watching and watching. Even with Ellie De La Cruz, I've been watching his progress. He's had fielding issues. He's a good base runner, a good base stealer, but you know, his glove is not all that great. I can't see him being a gold glover or anything like that. You know, I mean, unless he significantly improves. I mean, the guy's a great ball player, and he's got great legs, but he's got to hold on to that ball a little bit more. It's the same thing with Anthony Volpe. I'm sorry I missed it. Is the Bonds on Carter sticker? That's a sticker auto. I tell you what, let me grab it again. And besides, you know, I have a whole bunch of cards. I got autographs that I want to have graded. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with this whole PSA Beckett situation. But that's this is an on-card auto. So you don't see that reflective nonsense on there. It's right on card, which makes this a little bit more desirable. Almost all on-card autos are highly, highly desirable. That's another reason why I sold off the Ellie De La Cruz auto like I did. There's maybe one that I kind of regret because I got burned on it big time, was that Ethan Salas gold color match out of 50. It was a Bowman Chrome prospect. And it was at one time going for $2,000. There was a recent sale, because the Padres haven't really been doing too good either. But yeah, the Padres haven't been doing too good. So I sold my copy. It only sold for like $400. The most recent sale was for $800. So I got toasted on that card. But I pulled that card out of a pack of cards myself on the channel. So whatever I paid for the pack of cards plus to have the card graded by SGC, it was a perfect 10-10. But again, we're talking about the San Diego Padres. So except for maybe Fernando Tatis, you know what I mean? And Jackson Merrill. I mean, it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Sometimes you get burned. But yeah, I wanted to clear out some of those slabs because I got quite a few autographs I want to get slabbed up. I have a Wyatt Langford. I have a Brian Wu. I have Stratospheric Stars, orange out of 25. Yoshinobu Yamamoto I want to have slabbed. I have a Jackson Merrill super short print image variation from Topps Chrome I want to have graded. There's my dad's vintage I want to have graded. I still haven't done that yet. I want to do that this year. I really want to get my dad's cards into, slabs, in particular with SGC. I'm going to try to maintain my faith with SGC that they won't drop the ball on my dad's baseball cards, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, these are the only slabs I got left. When it comes down to it, unfortunately, player performance, statistics, and all those things really, really come into play when it comes to some of these players. And that's why I said, you know what, I better, jump ship on some of these guys beforehand. And my taste these days, I hate to say, they're starting to gravitate towards more either Hall of Famers or things like that, or award winners or what have you. Like Paul Skeens obviously winning the Cy Young Award. Corbin Carroll, who was the Rookie of the Year, even though Gunnar Henderson won it also. His performances haven't been all that great lately. But Corbin at least has been showing some improvement in his third season playing. He changed his batting stance. He's quick on the draw. On the bases. It's just, he needs to, his bat needs to improve a little bit more. I got faith in Corbin Carroll. That's why it's on my desk here. Because I'm like, should I sell him? Should I wait? Should I be patient? You know what I mean? So this Barry Bonds, I'm not going to sell off unless I had to. I actually sold off his Topps rookie because I had this card in my hand. Unless I had the Topps Tiffany rookie, then I probably would have kept both. This card and the Tiffany. Yeah, the Tiffany's out of my price range for right now. So I would love to have a Topps Tiffany of his. I would love to have a Mark McGwire rookie. I'd love to have a Bo Jackson rookie card or Future Stars from Topps, something like that. There are target cards I want. It's just right now I'm kind of taking a break from the whole sports card thing. Let me open up my front door here. It's steaming hot, boy. Ouch. Oh, man, did I just stub my toe? Ooh, I'm sure you folks heard that. Yee. Yikes. Oh, my God, man, did that hurt. Oh, I can feel that fresh air coming in here. It's like, woof. Yeah, this place is like a steaming inferno, because I got the sun beating down on my apartment all day, and I can keep the heat on minimum temperatures, which is awesome, man. But this apartment maintains its heat so much. I myself installed a door sweep. I added extra insulating foam to the door. I added foam to my bedroom windows, man. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night sweating. My insomnia actually, surprisingly, because of the new supplements I'm taking, has gotten a lot better. But it's just sometimes it gets so cold in there at nighttime because these windows are ancient and, in my opinion, should really be replaced. That's 13 years of union construction talking. It's called experience that these windows are not designed for this type of cold. But knowing me, the easy way out was to put air conditioning foam all around, and that kind of helped it a lot. So this apartment really holds its heat like a microwave. But anyway, sorry to go off topic. If we want to talk about something else, I actually picked up one of these. That's a Sega Genesis mini controller. I actually bought the Sega Genesis Mini when it came out, and I don't know why I never bothered to get a second controller for it, because I did, every so often I'll have random company here, and they'll we'll play some games and stuff like that. But this is the only game system, unfortunately, I don't have the second controller for. So, and that's the 6-button version, because the Sega Genesis Mini has Street Fighter on it. I'm not a gamer or anything like that. I do watch speed runs on YouTube and things like that, and I find the speedrunning thing fascinating. I'm just no good at it. I suck. I won't even try. I do like every so often to pick up video games. It's just, for me, I would have to sit there, because speedrunners put in thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of time to beat these games as fast as possible. Me, I'm just a casual old fart, that plays retro games. But I don't know why I never picked up the second controller for that thing. So there it is. That just showed up today, and I got this on eBay with shipping. I think it came out to like almost $20 or something like that. It was pretty cheap. It's the shipping that really cost the most. But if you want to look at it dollar for dollar, this thing was like $10 for what it is. So, my Transformers fans that are out there, Transformers viewers, guess what's on its way? Lio Convoy. Finally, I got the shipping notification from Hasbro Pulse that Leo Prime, as they called him here in the United States. This is the revamped version that Takara, I should say, redid the lion's face and certain details on the figure. So that's finally on its way. My Air Jordan 8 Bugs Bunny should be here this week. Finally, it's stuck in Greensboro right now, so I'm just waiting for that to show up. So we'll do a sneaker review and all that kind of thing. I've been seeing very mixed reviews on them sneakers, by the way. Because apparently they did something, even though they're trying to maintain the old school look of the shoe, what they've been doing with a lot of Air Jordan 3s and 4s. Here, for example, I did a YouTube short today about these guys. Those are the Justin Timberlake 3s. The JHTs, I think they call them. No, I'm sorry. JTHs, Justin Timberlake Tinker Hatfield 3s. These are actually more comfortable than the Reimagines, believe it or not, at least for me. But I've been seeing a lot of sneakerheads on YouTube that have been doing reviews of those Bugs Bunny 8s that they're a little uncomfortable, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, my feet are not the same as other people's feet. So that'll be up for a review, but I still need to take care of this. This is a viewer request right here to review that New York Yankees starter jacket that I got, which I actually wore today. So, but lots and lots and lots of material to come here, folks. Again, thank you so much for supporting the channel, supporting the eBay store, all that good stuff. Again, I listed some more cards today. I do have 2 orders I have to fulfill and process. Most likely my next review is going to be that jacket, because that's a viewer request. I would like to do the review outside, when the weather changes. We're expecting like 70 degree temperatures this week. Alexa, what's tomorrow's forecast?
Here's the forecast for tomorrow. Look for partly sunny weather, with a high of 66 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 48 degrees.
So it's about 48 right now. But yeah, if it's going to be almost 70 degrees, maybe tomorrow I'll grab my camera stand and, maybe film outside. I'll see how I feel. It's too nice to be indoors. You don't need to be fucking, locked up in your own home. You have every right to go outside. You have every right to have fresh air. You have every right to mix it up with your neighbors. This is not a community. It's a neighborhood. Community implying communism does not fit well in my mouth. This is a neighborhood. I want to be around my neighbors and have a good time. And that's what's been happening, man. So hopefully if the weather cooperates tomorrow, I'll be out there filming the review of that satin jacket right there for all of y'all. But again, like I said, that's a viewer request from the last live stream that I did. So, what was I going to talk about? There was something else I was going to talk about. Yeah, the Jordans, Lio Convoy is on his way. That jacket will be reviewed as per request of one of my viewers. I still got He-Man figures I need to review, including one that I dug up out of my boxes that I completely forgot that I have. That surprisingly, the Super Walmart is still selling over in Ballantine, which I cannot believe. that not only is that, because that one I got over at Target a couple of years ago, but they're still selling He-Man, the big He-Man and Skeletor figures. So I definitely want to check out that He-Man. I may grab the Skeletor to complement the two of them. But I dug up a whole bunch of other He-Man figures from the retro collection that I bought. The only one that I really opened up was the Battle Cat that came separate to go with my cartoon collection He-Man, which is sitting up on one of my shelves right there, as a matter of fact, because I don't think they came out with a Battle Cat. I got a Prince Adam with a Sky Sled that I want to review, and that one's going to be a little bit more in depth because Prince Adam suffers from Clark Kent syndrome. I mean, as kids, and it's meant to be more lighthearted than anything. When Clark Kent takes off his glasses, oh look, he's Superman. Oh, he's Clark Kent. You know what I mean? So I'll probably discuss that. There's a whole bunch of stuff to come, folks. It's just, finding the time to do it. And sometimes I get wrapped up in days like today where I'm having such a great day and having such a good time and smiling and laughing and hamming it up and being a dope, dancing around in front of my friends and whatnot. And now that the kids are playing outside, laughing with the kids and everything like that, it's awesome, man. It's 2026 has got off to a really, really good start. I don't want to create any bad mojo or anything like that, but 2026 has been faring to be very good so far. And like I said, having some female company after the great betrayal of 2025 was really, really, really something. Let me tell you, for any man that's out there, to have a woman by your side really changes everything, in my opinion. It really does. It makes the world so much better. Even though they're a pain in the ass, can't live with them, can't live without them. But this was totally unexpected that this was going to happen. So I couldn't be happier, man. And I miss cooking. If that's one thing I enjoy, if you guys have been around since the inception of this channel, when unfortunately things went down south in 2024, I was making cooking shorts of all the dishes that I enjoy and that I would cook for her, and all these fancy breakfasts and waffles and eggs and steak and pastas and blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff, making shrimp skewers. And, I miss doing that sort of thing. Obviously for my own personal diet, I don't, I mostly eat a lot of turkey. I eat a lot of tuna fish. I eat a lot of low-fat stuff. I don't eat junk. You guys obviously know I drink sugar-free drinks, which, by the way, I did finish off a can. There's never one too far away from me. I shouldn't even be drinking these this late, to be honest with you. Self-inflicted insomnia sucks, but I did sleep for a couple hours, unfortunately, before this live stream. If my friend is watching, you know who you are and you know why. You gotta live, man. Live a little bit. Not everything has to be fucking political and serious and stern. I made that mistake in one of my videos. I talked about stoicism. Like you should just unplug yourself and not give a shit about anything. But then I found out that that's kind of like not true. You kind of have to be involved with the world around you. You can't just dismiss everyone and everything around you, because that turns you into an asshole, an unsociable, hermit, basically. And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. I don't like projecting that type of image. If I'm out there singing and dancing and I'm saying good morning to everybody, and if I say good morning to somebody or I say hi and I wave to them and they give me the stink eye, in the back of my brain I'm like, as the Italians would say, fangu, get the fuck out of here. It's fine by me. There are plenty of more. How many millions of people are there on this planet to say hi to? Don't need them, don't want them. You scrape them off. Scrape them off. You find people that gravitate towards you. Everybody's got that vibration that they're attracted to, or that they find, they find it comfortable to be around. In other words, and you have people that are always trying to impress. They want to impress. Look at me. I'm trying to impress. I'm trying to sound tougher and stronger and more powerful than what I am. But then meanwhile, with certain people, they bleed every 20 days, 28 days from between their legs. Most guys, they wake up, they can't aim straight and hit the rim of the bowl. We're all the same stuff, folks. We're all man monkeys, all of us. Every one of us. We're all turd-throwing, flinging monkeys. All of us, man. Nobody's special. Nobody's important. Get over yourselves, man. Have a little fun. Loosen up a little bit. I'm approaching that age of I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And I'll be 49 in 3 months. Ooh, boy, 49. My final year of my 40s. Maybe I'll go out with a blaze of glory this year. Who knows? Well, then again, I won't turn 50 until next year, until 2027. But we'll reach that fork in the road when it comes. Hopefully I get a fat tax return this year. Man, I got a ton of receipts to go through, by the way. That's a whole other topic. I'm not going to bore you, ladies and gentlemen, with that. But 2026, right out of the gate, has been just fantastic, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man, and I'm not going to let anybody fucking get in my way or stop me, not like last year, man. Not going to let it happen. This year, the floodgates have been open. I had a beautiful lady by my side today, which was awesome. It was nice to be able to cook for a lady again and take care of a lady and all that kind of stuff. I clearly was not expecting this to happen. You know what I mean? But the Lord above works in mysterious ways. You have to suffer to achieve sometimes. You have to go through hell to achieve. And this is my reward for that. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the spirit of my dad, the spirit of my buddy Wolf. You know, and going through everything I went through last year, this year is turning out to be, again, the polar opposite. It's like the universe, again, has steadied itself and, you know, realigned itself. But again, I don't want to get ahead of myself, because with expectation comes disappointment. Never forget that, folks. That is a philosophical belief that I'm trying to teach myself again. Don't get too happy. Be happy. Be proud. Enjoy your life. But don't allow your expectations to be unrealistic, because that can lead to disappointment. Because if you don't get what you want, the outcome of that is awful. So just take it as it comes to you, man. Take it as it comes to you. That's the best advice I got. So anyway, folks, I'm in this for an hour already. I know I haven't stopped talking this whole time. You're probably saying, God, does this guy ever shut up? No. But the live streams are, you know, I'm trying to make the live streams a little bit more fun, a little bit more lively. It doesn't always have to be serious. It's just when I do these live streams and I'm, you know, bouncing around from subject to subject, you know, I'm more unplugged. I'm a little bit more loose. I don't script my videos anyway. You all know that, but, you know, you get to see kind of like where I'm coming from and what I'm all about. And, you know, don't let YouTubers try to, you know, you do have, I mean, obviously I run a legitimate business out of my home. So, you know, that's how I supplement my income. That's how I get review units to show off here on the channel. Even my hats, my jerseys, everything I pay for out of pocket, because of all of you folks that support the eBay store and all that stuff. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you got a lot of fakes out there that want to pretend everything is fine and dandy. And look at me, look at me. You know, and then they start e-begging for Patreons and memberships and this and that and everything else. Maybe the hard work should pay off at the end of the day. I'm referring to one dark side Phil, who all of a sudden is in my YouTube feed everywhere. I watched one video, if not two videos about him, and now he's everywhere on my YouTube feed, and I can't get rid of it. Even when I clear the watch history on YouTube, the guy is still there. Oh my God, man, he's like a plague upon YouTube, man. I'm not even going to start with that. I'm not trying to get involved with anything that goes on with that dude, man, but what I've seen so far is quite pitiful and shameful. It's just, God, I genuinely feel sorry for the guy. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to dip my toes into that pool, because yikes. But, you know, let the hard work pay off, man. It's because of all of you, honestly. You know, why I was able to get this. Might talk about the Genesis Mini. You know, even though I think I have the original box for it. Anything I review comes out of pocket here, folks. I got no sponsorships. The channel's not monetized. It's now 7 months since I applied for monetization. YouTube is still refusing it. I don't know why. But, you know, it's not like I depend on all of you, or I'm like, please pay me, please, please, please. I run a business. You know, and that's what you have to do sometimes. When you run a business, you got to advertise, man. So it's the difference between what I do and what other people do. At least you get something in your hand. You know what I mean? Big difference, folks. Big difference. But anyway, I think that's it. I've been on here for an hour. I'm starting to get a little parched. I think I'm going to grab me some sugar-free juice, watch some boob tube. And then hopefully I'm able to go to sleep, because like I said, I took a nap for a couple hours. I jumped out of my sleep. I'm like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's nighttime. Oh boy, this is not a good idea. So, but I wanted to share some of this positive energy with all you fine folks out there. You know what I mean? You know, I've been living under a dark cloud for many, many moons, especially in 2025. I'm glad that year is over. Right out of the gate, 2026 has just been like, wow, look at this. You know, but again, like I said to you fellas out there, there's nothing like having female company. There's nothing like it, man. if there's one thing I got to say besides money and getting the bills paid, having shoes on your feet, a roof over your head, food in your stomach, a car to drive, things that are, kind of necessities, necessity based. Having a woman by your side and watching her smile and laugh and all that kind of stuff, man, it's one of the greatest gifts a man can have. And after what I've been through, at least for now, I don't want to get my hopes up, but it was yeah. Yeah, great start. Have a little fun, folks. Live your life, man. Live your best life. Put all this other bullshit off to the side. I know sometimes I do the salt-based sprinkles of politics throughout my live streams and videos and stuff, but at the end of the day, these politicians don't give less than a shit about you. They don't care about how you feel or what you think. They're just there to pull the strings. That goes for people that are up on the top, people that are power hungry, or people that do have power that take their power and try to control you and all that kind of stuff. As long as you're within the boundaries of the rules and the laws, live your fucking life, man. Live your life. Be the best you. I'm having to teach myself that again at this age, at almost 49 years old. Live your best life, man. Everything else is just bullshit. Everything else is bullshit. So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ending it right here. God bless you all. Stay safe. Take care. God bless. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Always hit that like button in every video, live stream, and short that I do here on YouTube. The link to my eBay store is always in the description box of every video, live and short, that I do here on YouTube. You folks are amazing. Thank you for the continued support to my fellow hobbyists out there, friends, family, neighbors, YouTube subscribers and supporters and viewers, eBay customers, one and all. You are the best. Love you all, folks. Take care. You have yourself a good night, and I'll see you all very soon.